Hey friends, it's Drew with Urban Leaf, and today I just want to take you on a little garden tour, and flower garden tour, and vegetable garden tour, and just show you what we're growing this year. Hopefully we can just inspire you, and here's a look at our garden in our yard. So our front landscaping, I just wanted to start right here just to show you guys how well it's doing. Our boxwoods are doing really well this year, and I've kind of let them go. And the reason for that is I really want to see how they're going to grow. I need them to get a lot fuller before I can kind of shape them off. So I've really fertilized them, watered them extremely well, and they're not doing too bad at all this year. So I'm really pleased with how they are. Of course, we removed one here. There was a boxwood here that we took out, and hence we've put in the Blue-mathon white azalea. We have some white veronica and a little lime, and this is all proven winners right here. These three plants are. And of course I've mixed in our annuals and our super petunias. This has just added so much color right here when you first walk in, so I've really appreciated having annuals in this spot. And it seems like the last time I showed you this spot, it was not this filled out. So we have a lot of good things going on. The Glads have kind of lived their life. I guess I have some voluntary sunflowers right here. Sorry y'all, we live on a main road, so sometimes there's cars, a little bit louder than others. But yeah, I'm just gonna let them live their best life. My calendula is doing beautiful. Love, love, love having calendula in my front yard. It's so, so, so beautiful. I need to come in here and deadhead a lot of them. And then we have this is, I believe, an all-star from Proven Winners. And this, y'all, is probably one of my 2021 favorites. I've told you white licorice is, oh my gosh, I love the white licorice from Proven Winners. But this one is sitting right there alongside of it. I mean, it has just kept going and going and going. And I've got it right here. It's just a little border. And yep, my weeds are out of control. The moment you let it go, that's what happens. So I've got to get out here this week and weed my yard. There's my liatris looking really nice. I just love this flower. They're all about 3-4 feet tall and just so unique. Like, here's some white ones. I just love that. So, so pretty. And these will come back every year, so I appreciate that. And also a little planter update. This is our white licorice right here in the back. I just told you how much I love that. This is a blueberry intensia right here, a royal magenta, and I believe this is a mini Vista indigo. So these are all, that's just a nice soft palette we've been enjoying. I love these colors. It's really bright and fun. Here is our next one. I was really unsure how that potato vine was gonna do, and you can tell it's like finally getting huge. But of course we have our really red, so that's starting to spill over the edge. And then I believe we have, ooh, I can't remember the name of this one, but look how beautiful that is. I mean, when the sun hits that, I just love that. And these have just now started to really take off. And then we have a Monrovian daisy, a red daisy in the back. So she just bloomed. I'm sure they normally keep going till the first frost, so there's that. And I know I still haven't picked out whatever this is in here. It's terrible. Sometimes I just can't bring myself to do it, you know? But I love this raspberry rush. Pretty. Another planter that has absolutely blown me away is this one that I put together, and we have the Supertunia, Dichondra Falls. This is a Super Bina, and a little snapdragon right there. And then we did our Fanflower, which has caught every single person's eye that has pulled in our driveway. They just have to stop and ask what that beautiful little flower is. This is just kind of another little fun one. I have these concrete planters that cap off the end of this bed on both sides, and look how beautiful this is. They're really starting to intertwine now, and I just love that color combination. Look at that. All of those together just look so, so beautiful. I think it's also fun to put things together. Like, let yourself just try things. I wasn't really sure how these were all gonna look together, but she is stunning. All right, now we're on the side of our house where our kind of cottage garden starts. And I'm gonna show you kind of all the wonderful things that are growing in here right now. So what I love about this is you can really see it from either side. And I think you get like a different view from either side. So that kind of makes it special because there's some things on the back that don't carry to the front and vice versa. So right here at the end, I have some gomphrena that I started from seed. And it looks like it's a little white one. So I'm excited to see how that grows. We have some sage. Then I have a lot of zinnias kind of in throughout here because zinnias add so much color throughout the season. I absolutely love zinnias, and it's just a good way to add infinite color until frost. Got a little chamomile back there. Also have this little Proven Winners potted plant. I don't know what's growing out of the inside of him, but let's get rid of that. Goodness. There we go. But I love to add a little pot here and there because it adds a good little dynamic color interest, and I think it ties kind of an area together really well. Little chamomile back there. This is bee balm, and Georgia's Mimi gave this to me from her yard, so it's so special to have this. Y'all, bee balm is so versatile. Well, one, the bees absolutely love it. And if you don't have oregano, you can actually eat this flower and the leaves of this, and it is identical in taste. So fun fact of the day, if you didn't know that, you can dry and use these and eat them. And look how stunning that is. I mean, what a unique flower. Moving on, I've just got kind of a few things. This is a African blue disc daisy, and so far from what I'm noticing, it is the slowest growing flower I've ever tried to grow. I have had some in the ground since March in my back garden, and it hasn't flowered or done anything, so I don't know what's going on with that. So there's just a little, a few things. Like we have some zinnia seeds. I have some asters, which these are ready to kind of be picked off. Just deadhead that. A lot of things I should probably be going in and doing like a Chelsea chop is what you call it. And that's just a midsummer chop. Really, they just call it the Chelsea chop because you go right across the top and prune your plants down. But like I said, zinnias, asters, and that's that African blue disc daisy, which is, oh, so beautiful. Okay, so I'm like walking to the back because I've noticed this and I just have to show you. On the back side, we have sunflowers. And look how beautiful. Somebody's enjoying it too. Bless. You know what? Listen, y'all. Bugs, this is their world. We're really just kind of living in it. So note to self, if you haven't grown sunflowers, please do. They're the most beautiful flower. And they're all a little bit different. Okay, so carrying on, we have more zinnias. These are my peonies. They're done for this year. And I need to get in here eventually and just kind of cut them back, and especially these things. I've just kind of let it live, its life, honestly. The leaves are still taking in a lot of nutrients from the sun, so you don't want to cut them back too early. That's going to make them successful next year. This is a little mix of fun things. Looks like I have some borage right here. I'm not sure what this flower is. If you know, you're more than happy to put it in the comments. I know it's not a cosmos. It's a little something different. So I'm sure once it blooms, I'll be able to identify it. My glads, they got pretty heavy this year. My salvia is doing well back there. More zinnias. This is something I'm really excited about. It's a butterfly bush, and it gets red and orange. So that's gonna be really, really pretty. That was a suggestion from Rogers Garden Center. And Rogers is about, 5 miles from here in Gallatin. And it is the most wonderful plant center. If you live near or you need a place to get plants, you have got to go and tell them that Drew with Urban Leaf is sending you there, and they will take the most care of you. I mean, oh my gosh, I just love, this is my echinacea I bought from them last year. And they just have wonderful plants. They really know what they're doing, and they take care of you. And it's a really wonderful place to get what you're looking for. They also carry proven winners, so that's extremely important to me. I want to have really good quality plants in our landscaping. So there we are. Also meant to mention, I have some cardinal basil right here. And I mix herbs in with our flowers. I don't use pesticides or chemicals or any single thing on my lawn, yard, any of it. So I know this is so safe for me and my family to eat this. I'm not using weed killers. As you can tell, I have to come in here and hand weed all of this. That's what I do, We also use a lot of vinegar and salt, and even boiling water helps on weeds if you have a really tough one, but we hand weed it all, and I am just okay to do that. So it takes a little bit longer, and Laura from Garden and Answer always taught me to zone out my yard, make it a little bit easier. So that's what I've been doing, and so far this year, I mean, the weeds have really stayed back. They're starting to creep in, but wow, it's just got to stay on top of it. So yeah, cardinal basil. We have some more asters, another zinnia. That I believe is some baby's breath. So that's gonna grow in. Gomphrena, more zinnia, lavender in the back. Lots of little baby seeds that are starting to come up. And it looks like we have some little amaranth right here. So that's That'll be really pretty. My lamb's ear is just, wow. And the bees love this lamb's ear. I mean, this can be filled with like 50 bees at a time, at any given time. So this is like a must-have in your yard. I mean, they go crazy over it. And I don't even know if you can see them, but they're just like huge bees. They absolutely love it. Not to mention the structure this adds. Excuse my watering can. I was out here this morning giving some things a little bit of love. But look how stunning that is. And this thing is standing up on its own. So it's absolutely beautiful against these rocks. And here's just a little pan view. I know, listen, I've let my kale go to seed. See if I can show you how cool this is really quick. So all these little pods have these little bitty seeds inside of them. You can see that's a kale seed right there in between my finger. Let's see if I can get another one out. If you just break these pods open, let's see. A lot of times the birds will eat them too. Okay, here we go. There are our kale seeds. So now I can just save all these seeds, which is what I love to do because we eat a lot of kale. And why not just let this flower? See all the little orange, the dry parts? That's what needs to be cut back and dried. And they are dry. And then you get your little seeds. Oh, I just dropped one. Your little seeds out of there. I keep dropping them, but you know what I mean. And of course my blue sea holly is just, y'all, look how neon this is. I mean, it's also attracted this really weird bug, which is just disgusting because they all get stuck in it and they die because it's kind of pokey at the top. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I just go in and pick them off. I don't even know what kind of bug this is. If you know, let me know in the comments. They only like this bush. But I mean, wow, look how beautiful that is. She's starting to get a little heavy, you can tell. But it's just got a magnificent color on it. And it makes a stunning arrangement. More lamb's ear. So moving on, I have this purple sedum, which I absolutely love. It gets a deep plum purple color, so I really appreciate that. More zinnias, my canna right here, which is about to flower. My geranium, this is my first year having geraniums, and I really like them. They're really doing really well. I haven't really been deadheading them, and they've been coming back regardless. So they've been beautiful. The foliage is beautiful. This is a cat's pajama, nepeta, or nepeta, however you say it. Love that. This is a cat mint. So those little lilac blooms, I just think it adds a really nice little pop of color right there. And this little bush is a dwarf pine. And probably my pride and joy because I've had it since it's a little baby. And what a good structure right here to add. Just right here on this little corner spot. And then to finish things off, we have some purslane, which opens up in the sun. We have some marjoram, little echinacea. We have two sedums over here, some sunflowers, and this is a little Bobo hydrangea from Proven Winners, and it is just now starting to flower. This is its first year, but look how sweet and petite that is. And y'all, I know I've told you I've got to pull all my weeds out. There. Look how sweet he is. he's not that tall at all. So I love capping this little end off right here with just a little something. I thought I would also show you guys just kind of what's growing in our cut flower garden and just give you a look at some of the flowers we have. These are marigolds, and these have just created a nice little border right here, right before you walk in. The weeds are everywhere, and I don't know, I kind of just don't care, to be honest. I'm picking them back as best as I can. But look how nice these are. They're all a little bit different too. I also have a lot of dahlias this year. It looks like this one's gonna be like a red auburn color. So it's really pretty. Looks, this one is a big dinner plate dahlia, so it's big and white. Looks like we have a purple one. So they're looking so healthy this year. And I'm really excited to see how beautiful they are. This is another type of dahlia. It's got that really dark foliage. And it's really pretty. I'm also growing this gomphrena. And I have quite a few different little gompphrenas growing. Purple, white, and this red. So they're really unique, and they feel like paper. Something else I'm just beyond excited about are our Pro Cut sunflowers. So that just grows one sunflower on a stem, and they are stunning. There's a little bee in there. But I absolutely love putting those in arrangements. And lots of zinnias. These are illumination zinnias. They're an heirloom seed, and they're big, huge pink blooms. And this is a huge little bush right here, so he's growing really well. I don't know if anybody else has June bugs or Japanese beetles. They are eating my zinnias this year, so that's been a lot of fun to deal with. I'm sure you know how frustrating those are if you have them, but stunning nonetheless. This is one I'm really super excited for. This is a amaranth, and these will continue to just get huge. We had a little pest problem in the beginning, and we took care of that, and they are just growing so nicely. And I'm really excited to see how these turn out. I think it's going to make a beautiful arrangement. More zinnias. I think this is a meteor zinnia, so that's just a big red zinnia. And we have our queen lime. Some more queen limes. Another little orange one. So these are doing really well, and they're pushing out a lot of blooms. And these are just kind of your basic zinnias, kind of like a Oklahoma mix, I guess. Lots of pinks and reds. Nothing really too exotic about them, but the pollinators love them, and they make wonderful cut flowers. I've also been trying to grow as many different sunflowers as I can, and I just love how they all turn out. This one's a more branching, and it's a tiger's eye. Look how beautiful that is. So we've got some little sunflowers on this corner, and this guy, so big. Little pollinator in there. But I've got quite a few sunflowers. This is just right here, kind of at the little back border. I'm trying to suppress some really hard grass right here, and they're really looking nice. And just right before we walk down to what we call our huge garden or our big garden, I just wanted to show you this planter right here. And this is all proven winners. I did have some Dusty Miller left over from last year that I mean, honestly, I just can't believe that this has lived this long. But it adds that really delicate kind of foliage. White licorice, of course. We have some Royal Magenta, Super Petunias. This is a Lantana, proven winner. I can't remember the name of that off the top of my head. I know we have a double orange over here. But look when the sun hits these, how bright they are. So this has been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy all that color right here. Nonetheless, everything is looking extremely well and doing really well. So these tomatoes are just about right. We've got a lot of fruits on these too, so they're a really good size, and we're growing all heirloom tomatoes this year. So we're really excited to just have that unique flavor. I feel like they're just a lot better. My cabbage is also looking really incredible. So I can't wait to start eating that. It's gonna be ready this week. So it's doing really well. I also want to recommend, like, if you have carrots that go to seed, please let them go to flower, because they create a stunning cut flower. I mean, look how full that is. It's just about as big as my hand. So, and there's a lot of them on here. So we've been using those in arrangements, and people absolutely adore how delicate and beautiful they are. My bachelor's button is really beautiful, and everything that I cleared out over here, we're gonna have our patch of rainbow zinnias. I also have just a little squash right there, and I believe I have some calendula on either side here. And then this is some little zucchinis over here. We also have just a lot of sunflowers growing, just so many. And you can see as we go around, they're really full. So I'm really gonna enjoy all of that this year. We have, gosh, probably 100 feet of sunflowers throughout our property. I know at least right now, and I'd love to add another 100 feet if I can before fall. Well, there's always a lot going on back here in the big garden, and a lot of weeding that needs to be done. But I had some terrible heat exhaustion, so I've really been trying to stay out of the heat. So I've got to get back here this week and really just stay on top of it the best way that I can, because everything is wanting to grow and it's doing really well. It's just that time where the weeds, and as you can tell, I use a lot of boxes to suppress that, and then I need to put some pine straw on top of that just to keep it moist and to suppress it even farther. But work to be done. It's always a work in progress, like I said. I know I've also just got to show you how tall this sunflower is, because it's at least 10 feet tall. And there she sits at the top, just so beautiful. Look at her. This will be a branching sunflower. I'm just assuming a bird has dropped this here, because I didn't have sunflowers in this raised bed. And wow, that's really all I can say. I mean, nature really does It wants to do to live, I'll tell you that. Looks like we also have a cucumber ready. So that's exciting. We just have this growing on a little trellis right here at the back of this raised bed. And it actually really likes this spot. I've gotten about 7 cucumbers so far just off this plant, so still really early. They'll start to push out to where it seems like you've just had way too many. So I can't wait to make pickles and really get into that. This calendula. How beautiful that is. I love that. I believe this is the Playtime mix. Love that. That's an heirloom seed. As always, thank you so much for joining me in the garden and following me along to see what's growing. Our canna is finally blooming, and we just can't wait to continue to show you guys around our property and what we've done. So we hope you have a wonderful day. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.